What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Ghost Rider issue number 12. This is going to be jumping us into a brand new story arc. What we had seen previously was the Ghost Rider's old foe Blackheart. He had secretly influenced the corners of power in the United States. He used his dark powers to sow chaos throughout the country, and although Johnny and the Rider had sent Blackheart back to hell, his influence is still felt across the country. And so Johnny and the exiled FBI agent Talia Warroad, they are traveling together, taking out whatever is left of Blackheart's dark conspiracy. But now Johnny and Talia arriving in Savannah, Georgia, a mysterious surge of demonic energy has taken over the city. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up on the outskirts of Savannah, the city that is currently on fire. And as they drive up, they have the local law enforcement who are blocking off the road. They are letting them know that the whole area has been locked down. Of course, Johnny and Talia tell them that they need to get out of the way, that they are here to help. Now, the officers, they see them and they think that they're here to loot. And so while they argue with the law enforcement trying to get through this blockade, that is where we see a car on fire. It is making its way directly towards these cops. As it gets close, we see an individual hop out. This person also on fire. This is where we have the Rider come out. The cops taking one look at Ghost Rider and they start unloading their pistols. These bullets just bouncing off of Ghost Rider. He goes up to him and he melts their guns. He hops into their squad car, telling Talia that she needs to stay behind because Ghost Rider can feel all the pain, all of the suffering of thousands of individuals. But there is also something else. There is something more in this city. Taking off down the road, leaving Talia behind. Talia, using her magic, she is able to make these law enforcement forget any of this happened. Hopping into the car, she is determined not to be left behind by Ghost Rider. Now this is what takes us into the city. Savannah, Georgia, a city that was built on top of its own dead. From the Revolutionary War to the Civil War, yellow fever, thousands of dead, all of it running beneath the city and parks. But now the death seems to be rising to the surface. But among the dead, there are humans and demons alike. They knew that this city was suffering from a demonic possession, a demonic infestation. But it appears that something has beat him here. Something that left behind merciless destruction. And all of this is leading Ghost Rider to the Colonial Park Cemetery. As he walks into the cemetery, there is a demon that is still alive. Ghost Rider asking the demon what happened. This demon, he acts as if he has seen the Ghost Rider and recently. The demon says that this city was their playground. It was their altar, and then he came. He came and he burned it all down. As Talia makes her way through the city, she sees a woman covered in blood, just absolutely terrified. And so Talia goes to check on her to see if she's alright. She says that they thought he was here to help them, but he killed everything. Not sure what she is talking about. That is what takes us back over to the cemetery. This demon on his last life, barely having the energy to do much, he does face off against Ghost Rider, telling him that he saw what the Ghost Rider did. They had lived in a kind of dark harmony with this city. It had fed them. They were all happy. But then the Ghost Rider burned it all to the ground. This is where we see the demon rise up the dead. Zombies come pouring out of these graves. All of them grabbing hold of Ghost Rider, trying to pull him down. The Ghost Rider struggling just to stay on his feet. That is when he sees the cross. The cross is pain. The cross is death. And now the cross will be his sword. Grabbing hold of that crucifix, we see it turned into a flaming sword, and Ghost Rider cuts his way through the waves of zombies, burning the undead, sending them back to where they belong. And in the final moments of this demon's death, Ghost Rider peered into his eyes. He saw its final nightmare. The figure it showed him felt as familiar as a brother. Now that is what takes us to a little bit later, 50 miles north of Savannah, getting some new clothes and all kinds of stuff because of everything that just happened. What they just witnessed in Savannah, that was next level chaos, scorched earth punishment. And for some reason, the demons had blamed Johnny. They blamed Ghost Rider, and he doesn't think that they are wrong, that there is something else out there. They don't know who it is. This is where Talia gets an idea. Instead of guessing, they could simply ask. Grabbing some materials, headed off to their motel suite. They fill the bathtub full of salt. As Talia strips down, she cuts open the hand of Johnny, pouring his blood into the water. She is doing a blood spell. She is tapping into the very heart of Ghost Rider, getting into the water and beginning to float. All the blood that binds the arteries of branches of his family, of Johnny and Ghost Rider. She will see it all. She sees the man he inherited his blood from. She sees the woman that he gave his blood to. She sees the children that he built from his blood. And then she sees him. She sees a brother. She sees Danny Ketch. She sees his body anyway. But now he is different. He is so different in a way that he might as well be dead. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Another relatively short issue from the Ghost Rider series, but this one is heavily moving the plot forward. I was hoping that a little more had gone down in Savannah, but the truth is, a Ghost Rider had already shown up. Danny had already been there. Except Danny wasn't there to spare and save the innocents. Danny was there to purge the entire city. In the last issue, we had seen that Danny had been experimented on. We don't really know what they did to him, but it looks like they turned him into a killing machine. Someone is out here manipulating him and using him as the ultimate weapon. We don't know for what purpose just yet, but what we do know is that Johnny is now on his tail. He is his brother's keeper. He will go and he will save him. He will kill him if he must. And what they have turned Danny into looks absolutely phenomenal. It's got a very techno-punk look to it, kind of like a cyberpunk thing going on. And I, for one, am so excited to see the confrontation between two brothers. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with Ghost Rider. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.